Have you ever wondered if there's a simple way to get a sneak peek into how long you might live? I'm not talking about crystal balls or complicated scans. Just something quick, easy, and believe it or not, something you can try at home right now. Sounds almost too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, let me ask you this. Can you sit down on the floor and then stand back up again without using your hands, knees, or any kind of support? That tiny little challenge is what some doctors and researchers call the sit-to-rise test. And it's not just a party trick or a weird fitness fad. This 5-second movement has quietly become a surprising tool for measuring something that really matters: how well your body is aging, and more importantly, how long you're likely to stay strong, independent, and even alive. Now, don't worry. We're not here to judge anyone based on how quickly they can bounce off the floor. That's not what this is about. But this little test can open the door to something powerful: awareness. Awareness of your balance, your strength, your coordination, all of which play a major role in your quality of life after 60. You see, as we get older, we start to lose muscle mass, our balance shifts, and simple movements we once took for granted, like bending over to pick something up or stepping into a bathtub, can suddenly feel like a chore. But the truth is, these things don't just affect comfort. They affect survival. A fall, a stumble, a broken hip. These aren't just inconveniences. For many seniors, they're life-changing moments. Sometimes they're even life-threatening. That's why this 5-second longevity test matters. Because it tells us something before those moments happen. It helps us take back control before control starts to slip away. Let's break it down a little more. Imagine you're standing tall in your living room. No rush, just you and a clear space around you. Now, slowly lower yourself to the floor. Cross your legs if it helps. The goal is to sit down and then get back up without using your hands or knees for support. Every time you need to use a hand or a knee, or even lose your balance a bit, a point is taken away. You start with 10 points. And research has shown that those who score lower on this test, say 3 or 4, may actually have a significantly higher risk of early death compared to those who score closer to 9 or 10. But don't panic if you try this and don't score a perfect 10. This isn't about shame or fear. This is about knowledge. And knowledge, at any age, is power. Because once we understand where we're starting from, we can start to make small changes that improve our score and, by extension, possibly extend our life. Now, here's the beautiful part. The things that improve your score aren't complicated. They don't involve expensive equipment or hours at the gym. They're simple daily habits, movements, and choices that build strength, boost balance, and help keep you feeling young. Not just in spirit, but in body too. Here's something encouraging. Research shows that even small efforts to strengthen your lower body, improve your balance, and stay flexible can make a huge difference in how you move, how you feel, and yes, how long you live. Let's start with the basics. Leg strength. It's not something most people talk about after 60, but it's incredibly important. Your legs are your foundation. They carry your weight, support your posture, and power every step you take. When leg muscles weaken with age, simple tasks like walking or standing up become harder. And when that happens, your risk of falls increases dramatically. But here's the good news. Your muscles are always ready to adapt, even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. It just takes consistent, gentle effort. You don't need to lift heavy weights or run marathons. Just movements that use your body weight, like slow squats while holding onto a chair or standing leg lifts, can start rebuilding that strength. Balance is the next big piece of the puzzle. Think about how many little things we do each day that rely on balance. Turning around, stepping into the shower, walking on uneven ground. As balance declines, even small wobbles become dangerous. But just like with strength, balance can be trained. A simple place to start: stand near a wall or countertop. Hold on lightly and practice standing on one leg, just for 10 to 15 seconds. Then switch legs. If that's easy, try it without holding on. It may seem silly, but this tiny habit builds a small stabilizer muscles in your hips and core, the ones that quietly keep you upright and steady. Another area we can't ignore is flexibility. Stiff joints and tight muscles don't just make movement uncomfortable. They also increase your risk of injury. One of the best ways to improve flexibility is with gentle stretching. In fact, just a few minutes each morning can set your body up for smoother, easier movement throughout the day. You don't need to touch your toes or twist like a pretzel. A simple routine like reaching up toward the ceiling, gently bending side to side, or rolling your shoulders backward can do wonders. Think of it like oiling the hinges. Your body moves better when it's loosened up. Now, all of this, strength, balance, flexibility, it's connected. When you work on one, the others usually improve too. And the more you improve, the easier that sit-to-rise test becomes. Not because you're aiming for a perfect score, but because you're becoming stronger, steadier, and more confident in your own body. But there's another layer we should talk about, and that's reaction time. As we age, our reflexes tend to slow down. That's why sometimes, even if you trip, your body doesn't react quickly enough to stop the fall. Building your balance and leg strength also helps your brain and body reconnect, improving how quickly you react to the world around you. One fun way to train this: try standing and tossing a ball gently from one hand to the other, side to side. Or use a balloon and tap in the air. Try not to let it touch the ground. These playful movements aren't just for kids. They wake up your brain-body connection and sharpen your coordination. Now, let's talk about posture. It might seem unrelated to longevity, but it's more important than most people realize. Poor posture puts extra pressure on your joints, limits your lung capacity, and contributes to fatigue. When you slouch, your body works harder just to stay upright. The fix? Simple awareness. Sit tall when you're in a chair. Pull your shoulders back gently. When you walk, imagine a string lifting your head upward. Over time, better posture gives your muscles a break and helps you breathe more fully, something that becomes crucial as we age. And yes, even your breath plays a role in this story. When you breathe deeply and fully, your body gets more oxygen. That helps your heart, your brain, your muscles, everything. Shallow chest breathing, which is common with poor posture or stress, robs your cells of the oxygen they need to thrive. A few minutes of deep belly breathing each day, where your stomach rises as you inhale and falls as you exhale, can help relax your nervous system and energize your body. It's simple but powerful. All of these habits may sound small on their own, but together, they're transformational. They don't just make the sit-to-rise test easier. They support independence. They make it possible to carry groceries, take stairs, chase after grandkids, and yes, get up off the floor without fear. Here's what's really exciting. Improving your score on the sit-to-rise test over time has been linked to a reduced risk of mortality. That's not to say the test predicts your exact lifespan, but it does give you a window into your current physical resilience. And resilience after 60 is the name of the game. Your body has been through so much. It's weathered storms, healed wounds, carried you through decades. And it's still here. It still wants to move. It still wants to serve you well. All it needs is a little attention and a little love. So, whether you're watching this while sipping your morning coffee, resting after a walk, or just browsing for inspiration, know this: it's never too late to take your health into your own hands. Not with guilt, not with pressure, but with hope. Hope that tomorrow can feel better than today. Hope that strength can be rebuilt. Hope that the best years of your life might still be ahead, not just in memory, but in movement, in vitality, and in joy. One fun way to train this: try standing and tossing a ball gently from one hand to the other, side to side. Or use a balloon and tap in the air. Try not to let it touch the ground. These playful movements aren't just for kids. They wake up your brain-body connection and sharpen your coordination. Now, let's talk about posture. It might seem unrelated to longevity, but it's more important than most people realize. Poor posture puts extra pressure on your joints, limits your lung capacity, and contributes to fatigue. When you slouch, your body works harder just to stay upright. The fix? Simple awareness. Sit tall when you're in a chair. Pull your shoulders back gently. When you walk, imagine a string lifting your head upward. Over time, better posture gives your muscles a break and helps you breathe more fully, something that becomes crucial as we age. And yes, even your breath plays a role in this story. When you breathe deeply and fully, your body gets more oxygen. That helps your heart, your brain, your muscles, Everything. Shallow chest breathing, which is common with poor posture or stress, robs your cells of the oxygen they need to thrive. A few minutes of deep belly breathing each day, where your stomach rises as you inhale and falls as you exhale, can help relax your nervous system and energize your body. It's simple but powerful. All of these habits may sound small on their own, but together, they're transformational. They don't just make the sit-to-rise test easier. They support independence. They make it possible to carry groceries, take stairs, chase after grandkids, and yes, get up off the floor without fear. Here's what's really exciting. Improving your score on the sit-to-rise test over time has been linked to a reduced risk of mortality. That's not to say the test predicts your exact lifespan, but it does give you a window into your current physical resilience. And resilience after 60 is the name of the game. Your body has been through so much. It's weathered storms, healed wounds, carried you through decades, and it's still here. It still wants to move. It still wants to serve you well. All it needs is a little attention and a little love. So, whether you're watching this while sipping your morning coffee, resting after a walk, or just browsing for inspiration, know this: it's never too late to take your health into your own hands. Not with guilt, not with pressure, but with hope. Hope that tomorrow can feel better than today. Hope that strength can be rebuilt. Hope that the best years of your life might still be ahead. Not just in memory, but in movement, in vitality, and in joy. If you ever wonder whether there's a single thing you could focus on, just one change that would ripple across your entire health, here's something worth remembering. Movement is medicine. It's not just about building muscle or improving flexibility. Movement is what keeps your blood flowing, your brain sharp, your joints lubricated, and your mood lifted. And the sit-to-rise test, simple as it seems, is a powerful reminder of that. But it's not just the body we need to care for, it's the mind too. Longevity isn't only about physical endurance. It's about the quality of your days, not just the quantity. So let's shift gears for a moment and talk about what often goes unnoticed. Mindset. You probably heard people say things like, "I'm just getting old," or "it's downhill after 70. But here's the truth. Those thoughts become a kind of self-fulfilling prophecy. When we believe aging means decline, we stop doing the very things that keep us thriving. We move less. We challenge ourselves less. We withdraw, thinking our best days are behind us. But aging is not a steady slide. It's a roller coaster of possibilities. And mindset plays a huge role in what kind of ride you get. In fact, studies have shown that seniors who view aging as a time of growth, learning, and contribution actually live longer and better than those who see it as a time of loss. One Yale study even found that people with a positive view of aging lived 7.5 years longer on average. That's not a small number. That's years of birthdays, holidays, and meaningful conversations. So, what can you do right now to start shifting that mindset? Start by replacing "I can't" with "I'm working on it." Can't get off the floor without help? You're working on it. Can't walk long distances? You're working on it. Every effort counts, and every bit of progress deserves to be celebrated. Another powerful tool? Curiosity. Stay curious. Ask questions. Try new things. Learn something you've never done before, whether it's painting, baking sourdough bread, or even just learning how to use a new app on your phone. Curiosity keeps the brain alive. It keeps the heart open, and it tells the body, we're not done yet. Let's not forget the importance of purpose. As we age, purpose often shifts. Maybe you're no longer working. Maybe the kids are grown and gone. Maybe friends or partners have passed on. It's easy to feel like you've lost your place in the world. But purpose doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be about changing the world. It can be as simple as tending your garden, mentoring someone younger, writing your life story, or being there, really there, for someone who needs a kind word. Purpose gives you a reason to get up in the morning. It gives your days shape and meaning. And that, too, has been linked to longer life and better health. Connection is another piece that's too often overlooked. We humans are wired for it. And yet, as the years pass, it becomes easier to retreat. Maybe it's harder to get out. Maybe you've been burned or hurt. But even just one warm relationship, a friend, a neighbor, someone you can call when you need to talk, can change everything. If you feel isolated, don't be afraid to take the first step. Join a local group, call someone you've lost touch with, volunteer, or simply start a conversation at the grocery store. You never know where it might lead. And those little moments of connection, they build emotional resilience, which is just as important as physical resilience when it comes to a long, healthy life. Now, let's circle back to something you might be wondering about. Does the Sit to Rise test actually predict how long you'll live? Well, it's not a crystal ball, but it does give doctors a quick snapshot of your physical health. Studies show that people who struggle with the test, especially those who need multiple points of contact or can't get up at all, have a higher risk of mortality. But here's the key. That's risk, not certainty. You can absolutely improve your score. And more importantly, you can improve your strength, your balance, your flexibility, your confidence, and your overall quality of life, regardless of what that score is today. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. And that's where your daily choices come in. What you eat, how you move, the thoughts you think, the people you spend time with. All of it matters. So, let's talk briefly about the role of nutrition in all this, because muscle strength doesn't just come from movement. It's also built in the kitchen. As you age, your body becomes less efficient at using protein to build muscle. That means it's more important than ever get enough high-quality protein every day. Things like eggs, beans, nuts, fish, and lean meats. And don't forget hydration. Dehydration is surprisingly common in seniors and can lead to fatigue, confusion, dizziness, and even falls. Keep a water bottle handy. Sip often. And eat food with high water content, like fruits, veggies, and soups. Small choices made consistently create big change over time. Right now, if you're sitting in your chair thinking, well, I haven't done these things in years, let me offer you this. It's never too late to start. Whether you're 60, 70, 80, or even 90, your body still responds to care. Your mind still responds to encouragement. And your life still responds to the choices you make today. Think about the next decade of your life. What would you love to be able to do? Travel? Dance? Play with great-grandchildren? Live independently in your own home? All of that is possible. But it starts with tiny, loving investments in yourself. One stretch. One deep breath, one phone call, one healthy meal, one walk around the block. That's the real magic of the Sit to Rise test. It shows you where you are right now. But even more importantly, it opens a door to where you can go. There's something deeply powerful about knowing that a simple movement, standing up and sitting down, can say so much about your overall health. But what's even more powerful is realizing that this isn't just a test. It's a turning point. Because now you know that your strength, balance, and flexibility aren't just nice to have. They're part of what keeps you independent, safe, and thriving. You know that mindset, purpose, and connection matter just as much as any exercise. And you know that your future, however many years stretch ahead, is still yours to shape. No matter how the test felt when you tried it, whether you stood with ease or needed help, what truly matters is that you're paying attention. You're here. You care. And you're willing to take that next step. It doesn't have to be dramatic. In fact, it shouldn't be. The most lasting changes are often the smallest ones, done with consistency and love. Think of it like watering a plant. You don't dump a gallon of water on it once a month and hope it survives. You give it a little each day. That's what your body and mind need. 2, a little movement, a little fuel, a little joy, a little purpose. Maybe today it's choosing to stand up from your chair without using your hands. Maybe tomorrow it's taking a short walk to the mailbox, or calling an old friend, or adding one extra glass of water to your day, or even just pause and take a deep breath and say to yourself, I'm still here and I still matter, because you do. You matter to the people around you. You matter to this world. You carry stories, wisdom, love, and laughter that no one else can replace. Aging doesn't take that away. It deepens it. And if you've been feeling discouraged, like it's too late or too hard to change, please hear this. It is never too late to reclaim your health, your joy, your strength. Your body still responds to movement. Your brain still grows new connections. Your heart still longs for connection. You're not done yet. Think of today as a beginning, not a finish line, not a diagnosis, not a judgment, just a checkpoint, a moment of awareness. And from this point on, you get to decide how you want to live the rest of your life. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to do it with intention. So take the test again next week. See how it feels. Then again a month from now. Celebrate every small improvement, because they mean more than you think. They mean you're building a stronger future for yourself. One where you can move with ease, think clearly, feel confident, and live with purpose. And if you found this helpful, if it gave you insight, encouragement, or even just a nudge in the right direction, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone you care about, maybe a friend who's been feeling stuck, or a loved one who's starting to slow down, or someone who just needs a little hope. Leave a comment below and let us know, how did the test go for you? What's one thing you're going to do today to take better care of yourself? We read every comment. And this community, it's not just a group of viewers. It's a group of people committed to living better, longer, and stronger together. If you haven't already, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're here to bring you more practical, uplifting content that helps you take control of your health and happiness, no matter your age. So here's to standing tall, to rising strong, to living your life with energy, confidence, and joy. You've still got so much life left in you. And the best part? You're just getting started. Here's to living your best life at any age.